Today we have Mr. and Ms. Holder here to talk about their investments in the Knightdale community, including the McDonald's restaurant. Thank you all for coming out today.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure to be here.
Could you tell us a little bit about your history with McDonald's and give us some insight into how you got where you are today with the company?
Well, it started back in January of 1990. We had an interview and we started training in a McDonald's in Queens, New York. We trained for 2 years without pay. Then we got our first restaurant in October of '92 at LaGuardia Airport, New York. And now we find ourselves here in Raleigh for 6 years after a 28-year career, I believe it
25.
is. 25 years in McDonald's.
Wow.
I started out as a police officer when we came into McDonald's. Debbie was working for the airlines. And it was just a wonderful opportunity for us to do something different and to create a legacy and hopefully an inheritance for our children, and so it has been.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, that's great. Now, so I recently saw a TV commercial highlighting a scholarship program that McDonald's provides for its employees. Now, I'd never heard of this before, and so could you all tell me a little bit more about maybe even just that program or other programs that McDonald's offers to assist its staff in becoming successful?
Well, the program is Archways into Opportunities.
Okay.
And what we do, what McDonald's does is provide scholarships for our crew. We also have a program where online, those that don't have their high school diplomas can actually get a diploma. It wouldn't be a GED. It's an online program. It's sponsored by McDonald's at no cost to our employees. And we also have tuition assistance, where every year an employee can get $700 towards their college tuition. And we also have our RMHC scholarship program, which is the Ronald McDonald's Children's Charities.
Wow.
And they can also get $1,000 a year through that program. And all it requires is that they go online, fill out an application, and submit an essay.
Wow.
And that employee can be with us for less than about 90 days. It used to be 6 months, and now they've decreased it to 90 days. So there's lots of opportunities.
Wow. As a quick follow-up to that, have you seen locally any Knightdale students come through the local McDonald's?
Well, we encourage our employees to partake in. We also have a program called English Under the Arches, where they can go in if English is their second language, that they can improve on their English speaking skills and that type of thing. We have a lot of that through where our employees have taken a part of that. We haven't seen as much interest in the other programs, but we're trying to encourage that. I think sometimes with the busy lives and they have kids and things going on in their lives that it's a little difficult for them to do these programs, but we are certainly trying to encourage it and help them and make their schedules flexible so they can partake in it. So it's kind of new, so we're working on getting more interest in that.
That's wonderful. It's amazing that you guys are able to have a support system through McDonald's that allows you to offer those to your employees. So the McDonald's success seems to come not only from its tasty food, but also the restaurant's ability to conform to the needs of its customers. So tell us a little bit about what maybe we could see in the future of the McDonald's here in Knightdale. We'd love to hear a little bit more about that if possible.
Well, we're so
Well,
glad
you know,
you asked.
McDonald's is no different than the rest of the world, and so we're being driven by millennials.
Yeah.
And so what we're calling Experience of the Future is coming to Knightdale McDonald's, we hope by March or April of this year.
Oh, wonderful.
And so it will provide kiosks for customers to place an order as they enter the restaurant. So if they so feel, they don't even have to interact with the crew anymore. They can do it all electronically. We're going to have mobile order pay, where you can pay on your phone, not and get out of your car and have the food brought out to your car out in the parking lot. We have Uber Eats coming to McDonald's in Knightdale, and so you can stay at home and watch the Super Bowl and call up and have a Big Mac delivered to your house.
Wow.
The lobby itself is going to be redone, we hope, by April. So we're going to have a new look for all of our Knightdale customers. And so we're looking forward to being part of the growth that's coming to Knightdale and all of the young energy that's in Knightdale. And so hopefully McDonald's will be a big part of that.
What brought you to Knightdale? What brought you to this area, and what do you like about Knightdale that keeps you here?
Do we have about an hour for that?
Take your time. Take your time. We'd love to hear about it, though, because it's always wonderful to hear about.
I'll let
new
my
residents.
wife tell the story,
Okay,
but I just
sure.
want to put mine in.
Yeah.
We moved here never having been in Raleigh before we got here for the business. And we've now had 3 or 4 people who were with us in New York also moved down. And all of us to the person have said, there's nothing they could offer us would make us move back to New York. We love Knightdale. We love Raleigh, North Carolina. It's such a wonderful place to live. And as you see, the 2,000 people a month that are moving here, most of them are coming from up where we came from. Just a wonderful, wonderful place to live. And Knightdale is such a great opportunity. And so
Great.
Yeah.
my wife really has a better story.
Oh,
Deborah,
no,
what do you have? What do you think?
Well, when we were deciding to, we wanted to get out of New York, and that was something, we wanted to go to somewhere warmer. We looked around in Atlanta, we looked in Florida. This opportunity came up down here in North Carolina, and we jumped on it. I had always thought I'd like to live in North Carolina. My mother is actually from Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Oh, right down the road. Right down the road.
And it's so funny, when I told her I was coming down, she said, "You're going to move down there?" She said, "But that's like the country." I said, "Honey, that was 100 years ago." It's not like that now.
We've definitely developed since then.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, very much so. And we tell all our friends about it, how wonderful it is. So when we first came down, William actually lived in Knightdale because we had to stay in New York to liquidate the stores that we had up there.
Yes.
So I stayed in New York, and William came down here in November of 2011. And he chose Knightdale. We looked around, and it's like, okay, well, you want to go somewhere central to where we're going to have the stores, and Knightdale was the choice. And he was living in Legacy Oaks, and I came down, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is like being on vacation. I can't wait until we get to move down,
That's wonderful.
The whole family. And then our daughters came down too. They were just graduating from college, and they love it too. Actually, our daughter Amanda lives in Knightdale. We live in North Raleigh, but we're here for the stores and that kind of thing. But they're both very happy down here, and
Great.
we just love the rolling hills and the trees and all the greenery, which is something that we didn't get very much of in New York with all the concrete jungle that
Concrete
was.
jungle.
But the convenience
really-
of Knightdale,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Everything that you need is here in Knightdale. Yet still, it's easy to park where you're going. So it was just a really easy place to live, and it's growing. And so we're hoping that we're not going to lose the character of Knightdale and all of this growth. But we're looking forward to it. We really are. It's a great place to live.
It is such a pleasure.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming out today and speaking a little bit more about why Knightdale and about your business and letting us know what's coming up in the future. We're very excited about it. We appreciate your support of the town, and we also appreciate that y'all were willing to make the initial investment in coming here in the first place. So thank you for coming out today.
You're
Thanks
more
for
than
having
welcome.
us.
Most
Thank
definitely.
you.